Hello there, I'm Joey Hollywood, and I thought I'd share my thoughts on the 2017 film Split, written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan. This is the second movie in the East Rail 177 trilogy, and that fact oddly is a spoiler of sorts. Although I think enough time has passed since the original release that I can more or less say it's common knowledge at this point. Despite being a follow-up to Unbreakable, it could pass as a standalone movie, as it has its own unique visual style in a completely different tone. Unbreakable is a superhero movie masquerading as a drama, and Split is a supervillain origin story disguised as a horror movie. I think you could watch this without the knowledge that Unbreakable precedes this and Glass comes after and still get a rich movie-going experience. I think that it's very suspenseful, well shot, and a decently written movie. One of M. Night's best, in fact. James McAvoy plays a character with 23 different identities or personalities. We don't see all of them in this movie, but the handful we do see are very well acted, are intriguing and engaging as almost different characters in their own right. Hedwig seems very innocent and likable. Patricia seems scheming yet threatening. And Dennis is more of a muscle man, but he has his own quirks. McAvoy rides the fine line between scary and likable, and he is one of the best parts of this movie. The plot revolves around McAvoy's character kidnapping a group of girls to fulfill a dark ritual. One of these girls, Casey, is one of the movie's strongest points. Her backstory and how the movie addresses it is very well done. For a character without many lines comparatively, she feels very, very fleshed out. The other two girls, not so much, particularly the blonde one. The way she reacts to some things kind of pulls me out of the movie towards the beginning, but as the film progresses, the movie sheds these extra characters and it gets noticeably better. The movie doesn't quite have the emotional bluntness of Unbreakable, with the exception of a few flashback scenes, but a lot of the violence I would say is very, very blunt, and because the violence is used so sparingly, it's even more shocking. A lot of my problems with this movie have to do with the ending. I just don't personally like or think the conclusion to everything makes a whole lot of sense, although I guess it could be argued that the movie is about a crazy person who has superpowers, so it really doesn't have to make all that much sense. But something that really annoys me is not even something in the movie itself, but rather the criticism that Split is an unrealistic depiction of dissociative identity disorder. No, really? It's almost like it's a movie or something. You mean people with DID can't survive a shotgun blast to the face? Hey, if you want to watch an accurate depiction of dissociative identity disorder, watch a documentary about it. Oh, and by the way, you don't sound smart by correcting people who call it multiple personality disorder by saying, the correct term is dissociative identity disorder? Okay, first of all, multiple personality disorder and split personality are layman's terms. They're correct in casual conversation just as much as dissociative identity disorder. You might as well correct anyone who says heart attack by saying, actually it's called myocardial infarction. You don't sound any smarter, you sound like a douche. Step it. So, like I said before, this is the second movie in the East Rail 177 trilogy, and I had no interest in seeing this movie until I found this out. I remember seeing a trailer for it, and I just thought it looked bad. It oddly reminded me of an episode of Millennium, but once I found out it was part of the Unbreakable universe from a friend, I went in with a little bit more of an open mind, and I'm very glad I did, because even without the Unbreakable connection, I think I would still really like this movie. But I gotta admit, seeing Bruce Willis for the 3 seconds that he's in this movie unleashed the inner child in me and got me even more pumped for Glass. If you'd like to hear me talk a little bit more Unbreakable and Split and how I'm looking forward to the next movie, Glass, I'd recommend watching the first episode of the Pan and Scan podcast where me and my friend Aficionados Chris talk about movies that we're looking forward to in 2019. I am so looking forward to seeing Glass in the next day or two, and when I do, I'll be back here to give you my thoughts on the final movie in the East Rail 177 trilogy. So until then, thank you for watching, and please, be kind and rewind.